Demonstrating how to assemble the patented acrylic tier bin system. Carefully remove items from their packaging. Do not use a sharp device to cut open the paper or the plastic. Once all your items are removed, begin assembly. Through a hole of the side panel, insert the screw. While holding the screw in the hole of the panel, attach the rod to the panel by hand turning the screw into the opening of the rod to set the screw. Use your screwdriver with a number 1 bit and fasten the rod to the panel as shown. I am using a low-powered household cordless drill. However, a manual screwdriver will also work. For this demonstration, I started the assembly with the rod located on the bottom back side of the stand. And now I will be attaching the rods to the front of the stand, working from the bottom of the stand to the top. The rods may be attached to the panel in any order you would like, as long as the rods are all going the same direction, as shown in this video. Just remember, do not over-tighten. Over-tightening may deform the stand and make it unbalanced. You could even crack the panel or the rod. For the purpose of time, I have increased the speed of this portion of the video. The Cadwell display acrylic tier bin system I am assembling is a 4-tiered stand in the medium width, which holds 3 standard size Cadwell display bins per row, for a total of 12 standard size Cadwell display bins. Continue attaching the rods to the panel, making sure every hole in the panel has a rod attached to it. Next, attach the other panel to the rods. By lining up the panel in a mirror image, starting from the bottom back side of the stand, I line up the rod and attach as I did before, using the self-drilling screws provided. Now working from the top back side of the stand down, line up the top rod to the top hole, insert the screw through the panel into the opening of the rod, set the screw. Use the screwdriver and fasten the rod to the panel. Your screws should be flush in the panels, which allow you to place the stands next to each other without any gaps between them. It is important to not repeatedly add and remove the screws from the rods. Please remember, do not over-tighten. If you notice your stand is a little misshapen after you finish attaching all the rods, you may have over-tightened a rod to the panel. You can make minor adjustments to the tension of the rods once all the rods are attached to the panels. The clear acrylic panels are the sides of the stand, and the rods will be what the removable Cadwell display bins hook into and get shelved on. Continue attaching the rods until all rods have been fastened to the panel. It doesn't matter in which order, as long as you line up the rods correctly to the holes in the panel, making sure not to cross any rods. For instance, if your rod was in the 3rd hole on the first panel, it will be in the 3rd hole of this panel. Remember, this is just one example of how to assemble. This video demonstrates adding all the rods to one panel, then attaching the other panel to all the rods. However, you could, using both panels, attach the rod in between them by fastening a rod to one panel, then fasten the end of that rod to the other panel in the mirror image. No matter how you assemble, just never lay the panel flat and screw the rods into the panel. Always work with the panel in an upright position. Once the stand is complete and rods are all securely fastened, begin adding the bins to the stand. I am starting from the bottom row and working my way up as seen here. Tilt the bin back, insert the back flange or L-shaped portion of the bin between the 2 rods as shown. The bins will then rest on the rod below it. Continue working your way up to the top until you've added all of your bins. The Cadwell display bins feature an area to insert labels. This area is designed to not block your customer's view. making products more accessible. The bins can also be used on retail or commercial walls and fixtures that have slats in them. When using the Cadwell display bins on fixtures and walls, such as slat walls, we recommend adding the clear, removable, peel and stick bumpers to the back of the bins as shown here. For more information or to start shopping for Cadwell Display's attractive, unique, and efficient products, go to cadwelldisplay.com.